Hi, welcome to another installment of BYTEsized PD. I'm John Edwards, a facilitator with Innovative Education at the Durham District School Board. In this session, we're going to look at Google Drive file stream. So without further ado, let's get started. Right, so what is Google Drive file stream? Well, the easiest way to show you what that is I'm going to open up this PC on my computer. As you can see on this PC, I have a location here that I've installed called Google Drive File Stream. You can see that this looks very much like it is another local or network drive, much like my C drive, right? I have a location called the G drive, Google Drive File Stream, right? The behavior of this is very similar to any files that are located on a local or network storage device. So for example, if I were to go under my home folder U, you can see that under my documents, I have a number of different folders, and inside these folders, I have individual files. Okay, this is a Windows Explorer view of the files and folders within this location, this network location home folder U within the DDSB system. Google Drive file stream looks very similar. It's a Windows Explorer view, and you can see I have my drive as well as any team drives that are associated with my account. Under my drive, this is the contents of my Google Drive. Right, so the same contents that exist on the website for Google Drive associated with my DDSB account, those files live here as well. Okay, some of these files include Google files, Google Docs, Google Sheet files, for example. Some of them also would include, for example, any of my Word, PowerPoint, Excel files, video files, audio files. Any of these file types exist within this location if I happen to put them there. What I like about FileStream is I can have all of my files regardless of format, whether they're G Suite, Office 365, or just plain audio, video files. All of them can be located in one location, so I'm not searching for where did I save that file. What's also effective about this way of sorting and saving your files is that when I open them from this Google Drive file stream, right, from this local location here, what it does is it opens the individual files in the relevant program. So if I were to open up this Gmail versus Outlook, a comparison, it's a GDoc file, it would open up within Google Docs. If I were to open up a Microsoft Word file, it would open up directly within Microsoft Word, or a PDF file would open up in the PDF viewer. So it doesn't actually open up that file within Google's proprietary format and make a conversion. One of the issues that some people have that they don't necessarily like about G Suite is that if you open up a Word document, for instance, within the web version of Google Drive, it would then create a Google Doc version of that file. You would then have a Word file and a Google Doc, two versions of the same content in your Google Drive. Opening it through this Windows Explorer version within the Google Drive file stream prevents that problem. Right? So that's one of the things that is certainly convenient about this. Something that I also like about it is that if I go into the Drive file stream, I can sort of right-click on my drive, and I can see that by default, the files are available online only. So that prevents the files from being locally synced to the device, which would take up needless disk space, particularly because I don't access all of my files all the time. In today's smaller solid-state drives don't have as much space to necessarily house large libraries locally on a computer. So I can have them made available offline if I wish, if I want to have those files available in situations where I don't have internet access or if I have a large enough hard drive to accommodate them. So for example, on this computer here, I may want to have all my files available online only, and perhaps on a different computer, my ILP computer through the Durham District School Board, I may want to have a different setting to accommodate the different hard drive space that I have available. So you can use Drive File Stream on multiple devices. Though this is recommended for devices that are non-shared. So for your ILP computers, for example, or your min image at Durham District School Board computers, not for shared devices. This is a program for Windows devices as well as for Mac devices, not for Chromebooks. Okay. So to get a sense then of how Drive File Stream works, I think was hopefully helpful. Now I want to show you how to install this on your device. So if I go into my Google Drive, drive.google.com, you'll see that there's a cog here. Under the cog, there is Get Drive File Stream for Windows. When I click on that, because I already have Drive File Stream installed, it's going to show me how I can uninstall it if I wish. The bottom of my screen, there is a link here to Drive file stream that I open up, and this would take me directly into my Google Drive folder, as we just saw. Right? So this basically installs this little sync client. Okay. And so what you'll see is if you don't have it installed, you'll see this option to download now. And you'll be able to sort of download this Drive file setup. Once you install that, you'll be required to sign in with your credentials. So for Durham District School Board personnel, it is your username at ddsb.ca and your Active Directory password, the password used to sign into a computer. Once you do that, Drive file stream will be installed right here, right? And you'll have all of your files. So you can see, for example, that in here, if I go to my Drive, you can see that this is the content of my Google Drive. This matches the same content that I have within the web version of Google Drive. So that is Google Drive file stream. I definitely encourage you to use this to have sort of one place to store all of your files. Now, something else that may come up for some people is they may wonder, well, how do I transfer stuff I already have in other locations to Drive file stream? So here's how that might work. I could go into my OneDrive, my Durham District School Board OneDrive, and I have a number of different files and folders here. I could say take, for example, perhaps everything I have in here. I could sort of click on this, and it would highlight all the files and folders here. In the interest of time, I'm not going to do that. I would click on, say, Chrome Updates, and what that's going to do is it's going to give me the opportunity to download all of the contents of that folder. So I could do that for whichever ones I want to download, and it's going to download that content as a zip file. So here's the zip file for that, right? With that zip file, I can take the individual files here, and I can easily copy that content, right? And then I can paste it directly into the relevant location of my Drive, of my Google Drive. Okay, which is located through the Drive file stream. So I could put it into this other folder, and I could sort of paste all of that in there, right? So I can easily move files in that way. Similarly, I could do that with, if I go back to my PC, if I have content on my home folder U, I could grab that content under Documents, for example, and I could hold the Shift key and left click, copy that content, and I could take that content and I could copy that, and then I could paste that under the relevant location of my Drive file stream. So I could put that, for example, under Other, right? So then I could right click and I could paste that content. So that's the way I can easily sort of move content around from my U drive, from O365 OneDrive, or other locations from a flash drive, for example. I can put all that content directly in one location. So hopefully that proved to be helpful. And again, I'm John Edwards from the Durham District School Board Innovation Education Department. If you have any questions, please contact the Innovation Education Department through the Durham District School Board. Thank you and have a good day.